Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to learn how to isolate a variable which means to solve for a variable. So the first thing or equation that we want to look at is something that's just going to be one-step equations. So we have 6x equals 36. So what this means is that 6 times a number is going to equal 36. So in order to solve for a variable, we need to get rid of everything else that's attached to it by doing the opposite of its operation. So for instance, in this equation, 6 is being multiplied to x. So in order to get rid of the 6, we need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. And whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other side. When we do this, 6 divided by 6 is going to leave us with just the x, and 36 divided by 6 is 6. So this is our answer. And we can always check our answers by doing 6 times x, which in this case is 6. 6 times 6 is 36, so our answer is true. If we were to do another equation, we can do something like 7 plus x equals 24. And we do the same thing. Our last equation was multiplication. This is an addition equation. Now, again, to isolate the variable, you want to get it by itself, so you want to get rid of the 7. In this case, 7 is positive, so to get rid of it, we need to subtract it from both sides. And that's going to give us x by itself equals 24 minus 7, which is 17. And if we plug that back in, 7 plus x, 7 plus 17, equals 24. Another equation that we can do would be a subtraction equation. So if I did x minus 12 equals 60, same thing, we want to do the opposite. Here, 12 is being subtracted from x, so we want to add it to both sides in order to get x by itself. So always do the opposite. So instead of subtracting 12, we're going to add 12. This will cancel out because negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So that leaves us with x equals 60 plus 12, which is 72. Another one-step equation that you can do would be if I said 30 divided by x is 5. Now, 30 divided by a number equals 5. Well, what I like to do is just do the opposite. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So x equals 6.